We're here in Clemson, South Carolina. It will be game 2 of CW Courtside Saturday in primetime. NC State and Clemson, it is their only meeting this season. Tom and Mike on the court here at Littlejohn Coliseum. And Mike, for this Clemson team, they've won 3 in a row. They're on a roll. That includes a win at North Carolina. If you're NC State and Kevin Keatts, you've lost 3 in a row on the road in the ACC.
Well, and for NC State, this is a chance to get a big signature win on the road and maybe claw back into the mix a little bit. Clemson really to put a stamp on a season that should see them in the postseason, but they're clearly Clemson trending in the right way.
Yeah, let's look at the tail of the tape, go side by side with these teams, and note that they both have 7-6 ACC records.
Yeah, and for Clemson, they did a lot of great work in the non-conference part of their schedule. You can see them trending better than NC State in their last 7 games. Their net ranking a lot better, but, it's a big game for both teams and for a lot of teams in the league at this time of the year.
Yeah, the Tigers are one of 5 teams in the top 45 in the net in the ACC. Some sad news in the conference to report tonight. Lefty Driesell, the absolute legend at Maryland, as head coach of the Terps, passing away at the age of 92.
Yeah, and, Lefty actually recruited me. He was a Duke grad, somebody I've known for a long, long time, since the mid-'70s. Competed against him in his years at Maryland, was a truly innovative coach. He invented Midnight Madness. Was a jovial guy, was a character, but a great human being, lived a joyful, rich life. He's going to be missed.
When you think of the fabric of the ACC tournament, you will always think of Lefty Driesell. Coming up, 7:45 Eastern, we'll have game 2 of CW Courtside Saturday. It is NC State and Clemson from Clemson, South Carolina.
The following is a presentation of CW Sports.
NC State, number 3 team in the league. Ultimately, it's going to be NC State's day.
Fight of the odds, I go get it like I'm a boss.
Saved on the baseline.
Toes, ain't no regular Joe, ain't no hanging the gloves on what's ahead, still ain't enough.
For the Tigers, DJ Hall has led the way.
Get no sleep in the competition doing the same, so I shed blood to show my power.
Rejected by Hall.
If I do it again, it ain't no race if I don't win.
Welcome to ACC Basketball on the CW, brought to you by Ram Trucks, built to serve. It's the only regular season meeting between the programs, NC State and Clemson, as we come inside Littlejohn Coliseum, the revival of the rivalry. These long-standing ACC programs collide tonight. It is so great to have you with us for our game. Tom Wormy along with the All-American from Duke, Mike Jaminski. The Tigers could be playing some of their best basketball all season. They've won 3 in a row, includes a win on the road at North Carolina. NC State has lost 3 in a row in conference play, Mike.
Yeah, some similarities to this team, but, for the Tigers, they had a dodgy January, but kind of getting things back together now. Wolfpack looking for that signature win on the road.
Let's take a look at the tail of the tape. The Wolfpack and the Tigers side by side, and notice both 7-6 in ACC play, Mike, trying to get that double bye at the tournament.
Yeah, and you look at both teams going in opposite directions in the last 7 games. I think Clemson solidly in that postseason discussion, but NC State, for but a couple of plays here and there, their record could be different in the last few games.
And Mike, the history of this series recently favors the Tigers. They've won 6 in a row and 7 of the last 8, and they have been solid at home this season here at Littlejohn Coliseum. That takes us right to the keys to the game, presented by Sky Rizzi.
Well, for the Wolfpack transition offense, they want to get up deep, disruptive defensively, turnovers, turn that into offense. Also get to the free throw line more than their opponents. For Clemson, handle the pressure. They want to take care of the basketball, get positive possessions, and also continue the run. Their last game, 24-3 to finish off Miami.
Those the keys to the game, presented by Sky Rizzi. We are moments away from the start of Game 2 of CW Courtside Saturday. It's the Tigers and the Pack. ACC basketball on the CW is brought to you by Walmart. We don't just have everything, we have your thing. CW Courtside Saturday continues with NC State and Clemson from Littlejohn Coliseum. We take a look at tonight's starting five, brought to you by Walmart. We don't just have everything, we have your thing. DJ Horn leads the way in scoring for the Wolfpack, close to 17 points per game. And it's PJ Hall, close to 20 points per game. Second best scorer in all of the ACC, and he's ninth in rebounding as well. Number 24, the center for the Clemson Tigers.
Tom, we have some starting lineups that are very old and very experienced on both sides of the floor, and it doesn't necessarily translate in this day and age. I mean, Joe Girard is starting to really fit in this offense for Clemson.
In fact, Joe Girard, Mike, is playing his 150th collegiate game tonight after 4 years at Syracuse and this season for the Tigers.
And having just scored his 2,000th point at his former school.
A win on the road at the Dome. It's part of the three-game winning streak for the Tigers. This is Shefflin, needs a safety valve. Goes inside, and he found his open man in Chase Hunter, working underneath the hoop.
Well, Brad Brownell talked about it, that you can't necessarily run your offense against NC State, and he's going to have to rely on guys to make plays, and Shefflin kept his composure.
DJ Burns with a nifty turnaround for two.
Now, it's going to be fascinating to watch how they play Burns. They decided early on to not double-team him. That look is going to change over the course of the game.
He's got incredible touch for the big man inside for NC State. Burns goes 6'9", 275 pounds from Rock Hill, South Carolina, as the graduate student in the starting lineup for NC State.
And here now, first of all, you saw now Shefflin is going to be guarding him. He'll see different people. And boy, it's just right to him to what you do. If you double team him, he is excellent at picking out people on the perimeter. Very good passer out of the double team.
He averages close to 12 points per game. Nifty dribble from Hunter. Attacks the defense. Knocked away, and he got it back. Second chance, Girard. Little show and go to Hunter. Behind the line for three. Shefflin up over the top, but he knocked it out of bounds, fighting with Michael O'Connell.
Well, Burns really loves to work this left box, and he's got really positive, solid moves down there. No double team, a lot of time to work. You saw him take a look around, make sure he had that time to operate.
NC State did not play a midweek game. Their last game was last Saturday at Wake Forest, a loss, 83-79. That pass deflected, nearly intercepted. Morcell grabbed it, and the shot clock's at 5.
Well, and that time they got Burns pushed off the block, and they came on the dribble, got the ball out of his hands.
Clemson just 1 of 4 shooting to start. This is Girard. Course correction, lost the handle and turned it over. Horn, 1 on 3. Elevates, bounces off the rim. Good hustle back by Jack Clark, Mike. And then the Tigers turn it over.
Well, and he's been a huge addition for Clemson to get him healthy. And talk about a guy who played for NC State last year, and Ben Middlebrooks playing for State, who was down here. But yeah, Clark being healthy has really been a big addition for them.
2 early turnovers from the Tigers, and head coach Brad Brownell in his 13th season. Last year they played in the NIT with 23 wins. Finished 3rd in the regular season standings in the ACC a season ago, and eliminated NC State in the quarterfinals of the tournament last year.
Well, Diarra's coming off a double-double against Wake, and trying to force the things early. And it's interesting that they got Diarra, but he's guarding PJ Hall, and Hall is a little bit more perimeter-oriented. I think that's the matchup you'll see rather than Burns guarding him.
36 made threes on the season now for PJ Hall. 31% from beyond the arc. This is Burns mid-range, and he's got the touch early, Mike.
Yeah, 3 of 3 so far, 3 of 4 actually, 3 of 3. But I think for Clemson, they'd rather see him shoot the jump shot, less likely to pick up a foul that way.
Hall again, launching the three, and the result is the same.
And Diarra's the guy, I mean, he's got to get out and at least get a hand up and challenge that jump shot.
P.J. Hall over 1,500 career points, over 500 career rebounds. Shot comes out of the corner. Shefflin on the weak side after the miss from O'Connell. Hunter runs it up. Hunter driving down the lane, off the backboard and in.
Well, he really does a nice job of absorbing the contact that time. It really negates Diarra's ability to block the shot.
Hunter had a game-high 20 points in the win against Miami on Wednesday at home for the Tigers here at Littlejohn Coliseum, where they're 9-3 on the season. Shot clock winding down for Burns. Morcell was the cutter. Shefflin met him in midair, and a foul called. DJ Burns has racked up 6 early points, shooting from all different angles, and P.J. Hall a couple of threes and a 4-point lead for the Tigers.
This Sunday, the Wolfpack are coming to CW Women's Hoops. Sanaya Rivers does it all for number 6 NC State as they welcome Georgia Tech to Raleigh. CW Women's Hoops. It all tips off this Sunday at 12 Eastern, 9 Pacific.
ACC basketball on the CW is brought to you by Ram Trucks, built to serve. Back in Clemson, South Carolina, the Tigers have an early 10-6 lead against visiting NC State, almost 5 minutes into our first half. Brad Brownell and the Tigers trying to string together 4 straight wins. 2 of those on the road in the ACC. Morcell will be going to the free throw line. He was fouled by Shefflin moments ago.
And this is something that Kevin Keys talked to us about, that Morcell really needs to attack the basket more, not shooting the 3 ball especially well in the last month.
7th year for Kevin Keats on that NC State bench. Free throw is good, or as Poe from the new movie Kung Fu Panda 4 might say, skadoosh. Don't miss Kung Fu Panda 4, only in theaters March 8th.
And it makes sense. I mean, Morcell 83% from the line, so you're struggling from the perimeter, getting to a little bit of rhythm at the line, then maybe you can expand your game.
He had 9 points in the loss on the road last Saturday at Wake Forest, but missed both of his 3 opportunities. A couple of free throws, Morcell into the box score.
And a lot of work in practice against the press, and they turned it over.
Deploying that pressure. Horn around the rim and out to Hall.
And Horn, who has not missed much in the last 4 games, has started 0-2 so far.
Horn is up over 52% shooting coming into tonight over those last 4 matchups, Mike.
And the same from 3 as well. I mean, he's playing as well as any guard in the country in that stretch.
16 of 32 on threes for Horn, trying to defend. Can't do it. Dylan Hunter has the bucket for Clemson.
Good size at just under 6'4", can go into the lane, score over people.
Younger brother of Chase Hunter. Horn comes back with a 3.
Kevin Keys was telling us he needs somebody to step up with him. Just so much pressure on Horn to perform. 24, 25 points a game over this last stretch.
He's the graduate student from Raleigh, Mike, returning to the PAC program. Hall looking for a little heat check. He's made a couple of threes already in the game, not this time. To the corner, and that'll be a three in front of the Clemson bench. Diarra.
He did not come in shooting a big number, but he was 2 of 2 against Wake. So, did make a couple of baskets. I mean, before that, he was 5 of 22.
He didn't miss a shot against Wake, Mike. 13 points, 12 boards, a double-double, and he was 5 for 5 from the floor. At the other end, Godfrey trying to muscle his way in, had it knocked away. Middlebrooks got a piece of that one. NC State's on a 6-0 run, trying to increase that run, and they will. Morcell hit the deck and scored.
And Morcell has really taken Coach Keith's words to heart, and he has been effective in the lane.
First field goal for Morcell. He's got 4 points.
Brad Brownell was very complimentary of Middlebrooks, and he's doing what he did here. He's very physical, a presence inside. Made a good defensive play the last time.
Hall hands it off to Hunter with the shot clock at 6. To the free throw line of the turnaround.
And Dylan Hunter comes in averaging just under 3 points a game, but he's been a factor so far.
2 for 2 from the floor, exceeding his season average of 2.7 points per game, as Mike mentioned. Morcell with the kick out. Horn is way behind the line, and he rips the ropes for the Pack.
Remember I said about 0 for 2?
He heard you, Mike.
Yeah, it's a distant memory.
A couple of recent threes for DJ Horn, and that one could have been 27 feet away at least.
Right, Diarra is really paying attention to Hall now.
Clark comes back with a three. He's not a big three-point shooter either, Mike.
No, 25%. I was going to say that's not been a big part of his game.
Just his 8th made three of the season for Jack Clark. Horn again, straight away, and he does it again.
And Dylan Hunter just kind of hung his head after that shot. He's chasing DJ Horn all over the court, got a hand up on the shot, and they're like, what are we going to do here?
Horn is now 3 of 4 on three-point chances and 9 points. Fight after the miss and a foul against Horn. So DJ Horn just picked up his first personal foul. His shooting on point, straight away for 3. And the Pack is in front. You're watching ACC basketball on the CW, brought to you by Ram Trucks, built to serve. DJ Horn, Mike, is built to shoot the 3. NC State has gone out in front by 5, and Horn has 3 made threes in the game.
Yeah, he struggled very early, but, a guy on a run like that, he's going to come alive, and just incredible shooting. He's the one who led this charge back into the lead, leaving his defenders shaking their heads. Although, I tell you, Clemson caught a break. He picks up a cheap foul right there on an air ball and a hold. So maybe a chance to get another second one, get him maybe over onto the bench.
DJ Hall to that bench for the Tigers. He's got a couple of made threes in this game so far, and that accounts for his 6 points. Shefflin stepping back. Offensive glass. Just a little too strong from Chauncey Wiggins.
Right there, one he definitely should have converted. He missed the shot, but it was good. Shefflin's been at least aggressive looking for his 3.
This is Horn. Had to give it up. Horn had a chance to tie the game in regulation last Saturday at Wake and missed the jumper. Sends it inside. Middlebrooks position. Basket and foul. Wiggins was defending and picks up the foul for Clemson.
This all started, there was confusion right there. There are 3 guys on that. It was supposed to be a double team. It was a triple team. And he was late getting back to Middlebrooks inside. That was just blown coverage from the start.
So Horn will get a breather. Stepping out with 9 points and 3 made threes. Middlebrooks at the free throw line. 68% on the season and an old school three-point play. He did not score, Mike, last Saturday in 10 minutes off the bench at Wake.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to give you 5 points, 4 rebounds, some, really physical play inside. Not eye-popping numbers, but he's going to be consistent.
Hunter, catch and release front rim. DJ Burns, the clearance. Breon pass into the game, number 10 in red and black. Morcell from the corner for 3. Weak side fight. Middlebrooks is there. That foul is going to go against NC State. Godfrey was there for Clemson. First on Middlebrooks. Wiggins goes to that Clemson bench. Tigers have won 3 in a row, including the win Wednesday at home against Miami, and then on the road at Syracuse, at North Carolina, Mike. They've won 4 of their last 5 games. That win in Chapel Hill, just the second all-time for the Clemson program.
And that was coming after a stretch where they had really gone stagnant. It was a home loss against Virginia that they bounced back from.
On the baseline, up and under, Josh Beadle.
Really kind of porous defense by NC State that time, giving up the baseline drive. Burns is not really a shot blocker out there. He takes up a lot of space, but does not protect the rim. It's not a bad switch up for Clemson to go zone. I mean,
shot clock's at 5. Morcell slams on the brakes and misses. Shefflin reaches for it.
Yeah, especially with Horn not on the floor, you can test NC State from the perimeter.
Shefflin, the leading rebounder for the Tigers this season, 9.5 per game, is 3rd in the ACC. Spin move and 2. R.J. Godfrey and the foul.
Pretty nifty move inside. Takes the middle. I mean, he's just kind of using a Burns move against Burns. Good spin back inside, using his quickness. We talked about he's not a shot blocker. Got to the body.
Godfrey just 48% of the season from the stripe. Might have been Middlebrooks stepping in early to the dismay of Coach Keats. Godfrey gets to reload. Sophomore from Sewanee, Georgia. Shefflin's going to check out.
Yeah,
P.J. Hall coming in.
I mean, you gave them a point right there. You got a 48% free throw shooter. You get a lane violation. Chances are he's going to miss. Why even lean in that situation?
Horn in there for NC State. Leads everybody so far with his 9 points. Wants to add to the total. That bounces off. Middlebrooks comes flying in to knock it around, and he got it back.
Against zone, a little tougher to rebound out of.
The former Tiger sends it out on the perimeter. Up top of the board, Godfrey, it's stolen right back. And Horn scores.
Just very opportunistic. Went right on. He's just immediately switched over to defense and a lazy pass.
20th time this season. Horn to double digits. Clemson's now turned it over 5 times. 0 turnovers so far for NC State.
No, they're one of the best in the country. But after an early flurry, the 3 has dried up so far for Hall.
Burns drops it low. Great look by Burns to Taylor. And there was a foul on the play as well. Chase Hunter trying to catch up. So Jaden Taylor Burns found him, and he's going to the free throw line when we come back. Let's take a look at what's going on around the ACC, presented by T-Mobile. Tony Bennett and the Cavaliers survive Wake Forest by 2, Mike.
Yeah, that could have been a huge win for Wake Forest. They had a halftime lead. I actually thought Florida State, they always get up for Duke in Tallahassee. Georgia Tech there, and then how about Pitt? Pitt is they're in the talk for the double bye.
And Mike, CW Courtside Saturday returns next week with another epic doubleheader. First, Virginia Tech heads to the Steel City to take on those Pitt Panthers. Then in prime time, Florida State looks for the upset against tournament hopeful Clemson right here. Littlejohn Coliseum, CW Courtside Saturday. Next week, 5:30 p.m. Eastern, 2:30 p.m. Pacific. It's only on the CW. Virginia had won 23 straight at home, Mike, losing earlier this week to Pitt. And they got the win against Wake. They're one of 3 teams ranked out of the ACC, along with Duke and North Carolina.
And the storyline for me in that game, Coach Tony Bennett picking up a technical foul, which he hadn't done since 2010. I have to text him and see what he said.
They got the win, and
yes, they did.
Coach Bennett, that would probably be the most important thing.
And a typical both teams under 50.
We saw them get a win on the road at Florida State last Saturday, and that's Godfrey inside for the Tigers.
And they've had some guys come in and give them a nice offensive lift off the bench.
By the way, game 1 of CW Courtside Saturday was a win for Georgia Tech at home against Syracuse, 65-60. Shot clock's at 10 for Burns. Over Hall, misfires. Pack gets it back with Taylor. Spinning. Godfrey tracks it down to the baseline. Despite that miss, Mike, NC State at 50% shooting, the Tigers at 53% here in our first half. Hall, 3-ball.
Yeah, and his misses have been short, too, since that early flurry.
NC State trying to snap a 2-game losing streak. 2-5 in their last 7 games. Morcell, second effort, and he got fouled. A group of Tigers around him. That included Josh Beadle.
It really isn't. I looked at his numbers, and it's been a prolonged drought from 3. 20% over his last 13 games. And he was magnificent last year, 41% on the year.
Coming up on the Subaru halftime report, we'll get a recap from that game I just mentioned. Syracuse and Georgia Tech from Atlanta. Well, remember, Coach Lefty Driesell passing away today at the age of 92. ACC legend. First half highlights and stats. It's all coming your way from Tiger Town.
And that's a rare sight for Morcell, 83% missing both ends.
NC State is a team, Mike, 72% from the line. That's 10th in the ACC. Into the backcourt off the deflection. Hunter went back to get it. Gerard for 3. Joe Gerard. First points of the game for Gerard. Diarra the other way, and he's got a 3 of his own.
I don't necessarily know, even though he was 2 for 2 against Wake, I don't know that was part of Brad Brownell's scouting report, that you had to really check the arrow from 3.
Came into the game a 29% three-point shooter.
But it's not that, it's the number that he had taken.
Just 24 prior to tonight. This is Hall backing down.
And I think for Tom, I think for the next few minutes, he needs to go back inside, get some rhythm, and then work back out.
8 points now for P.J. Hall. Inside of 5 minutes to go in our first half of play. The lead is 4 for NC State. Morcell. Free throws coming up for Morcell as he took a tumble. Hall picked up the foul.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen,
Watch out.
There's a price to pay for bringing this game to you and wherever you're watching. Well done, Glenn.
Held his position, although he was in the restricted area.
Yes, he was. Yeah.
So Morcell back to the free throw line.
Our people do a fabulous job.
Great look from right behind that backboard. Dive into the nation's most shocking mysteries. Catch the series premiere of the all-new CW original true crime series, Crime Nation, this Tuesday, February 20th, 8/7 Central, only on the CW.
He probably hasn't missed 3 in a row since the 3rd grade.
That is a crime. Morcell missing at the free throw line. Much better there. 5 of 8 as a team on free throws for NC State in the first half. Clemson has only gone to the line once and made it. Gerard. Pass deflected by Morcell. Stays with the Tigers. 13 to shoot.
I'll tell you the other thing, too, that may be bothering Hall on the perimeter. Diarra's done a much better job defending him out there. He struggled a little bit early, but I think he's getting the hang of defending a big who can shoot the 3.
By the way, Mike, Joe Girard has now made 373 pointers. Hall tries to take it inside. He got denied.
Pretty good defensive job inside as well.
Morcell, defender on his hip. Horn, guarded by Clark. And a carry against Horn. The first turnover of the first half by NC State.
And that one unforced. It's just a poor ball handling error.
NC State forces almost 14 turnovers against the opposition. 3rd best in the conference. Gerard, catch and shoot. O'Connell, 1-on-3. Got the bounce.
Nobody really stopped the ball, so he kept on pushing right to the rim. No shot blocking back for Clemson, no bigs.
Michael O'Connell, Mike, the transfer from Stanford, played 89 games in a Cardinal uniform before transferring. Bumping along the baseline, Middlebrooks will pick up the foul. It'll be his 2nd. It is a 7-point game, and the visitors have the lead. Let's take a look at our Pacific Life game summary presented by Pacific Life, creating financial security for more than 150 years. DJ Burns with an early 6 points, Mike.
Yeah, he got the offense going for the Pack early. 6 quick points for him. They really went to the post. PJ Hall, some early 3s. Got Clemson off to a fast start, and then it was DJ Horn. Didn't take him long. He's the game's only double-figure scorer at this point. 11 points, 3 of 5 from behind the arc.
He's now up to 326 career-made threes for DJ Horn. Transfer from Arizona State and Illinois State. Played at Trinity Christian in Raleigh. This is his first year in the NC State program for DJ Horn, playing in 145th career college basketball game. Gerard had it knocked away by Morcell in midair. Here's Horn. NC State at 54% shooting as a team in this first half. Way above their season average, Mike, of 44%. Morcell, high degree of difficulty. Did not get the bounce. Gerard out ahead.
The difference really has been the free throw line.
Jack Clark let the defender fly on by. Shefflin fighting for the rebound with Diarra. NC State basketball. from Shefflin. Hall came over to defend and help, but a foul is called. P.J. Hall. That's his second.
So he'll be out for the last 2:29 of the half. And really, I mean, the difference of this game, and it could very well be a 10-point game this year or this half. If Morcell was shooting at his average from the line.
Diarra 64% from the free throw line. NC State is 5 of 8 as a team in the game. Coming off the double-double last Saturday, the losing effort at Wake Forest for Diarra. Tomorrow on CW Women's Hoops, Georgia Tech heads to Raleigh to face national title contender NC State. Georgia Tech and number 6 NC State tomorrow, noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, only on the CW.
Well, all things considered, I mean, NC State has really kind of kept P.J. Hall, the miss there, in check. And Ian Shefflin has not scored in the first half yet, so their front line really kind of neutralized.
No points and a couple of boards for Shefflin. This is Hunter. Clark. Godfrey, the collapsing D on Godfrey. Nowhere to go. Shot clock's at 5. Hunter, an escape dribble. Back iron. So we're inside of 2 minutes to go in our first half. Horn is the only player in double digits with 11. Burns against 2 defenders. He goes down, whistle and foul on the move by Burns. Clark picks up his first foul for the Tigers. He's the former Wolfpack player. So Burns at 58% from the free throw line this season.
It's funny, Tom, and Brad Brownell told us about how difficult it is to run your offense against NC State. And he said it's going to come down to guys making plays, and guys haven't made a lot of plays in this first half, and a lot of what they've tried to do, or they've had to make some difficult shots, and they haven't done a lot of it.
Burns has a chance to make it a 10-point lead. This lead is the largest of the half for NC State. That one rolls out of bounds. Hunter couldn't hang on to it.
You look at the body language right now for Clemson. They just kind of look out of sorts at this point.
That's 6 turnovers now in the first half. Horn. Diarra over the top. He lost it on the way up.
They're getting 50-50 balls. They're getting offensive rebounds.
They're on a mini 6-0 run. O'Connell working baseline. Morcell chisels his way through that Clemson defense. Cannot complete the play, and here's Godfrey. Gerard. Bit of a mismatch here.
Just a slight mismatch.
Gerard lets it fly and knocks it down for 3.
And Gerard gets up and he is hobbling a little bit.
Just favoring that right leg ever so slightly, trying to walk it off. Clemson had gone over 4 minutes without a field goal prior to the Gerard 3, his second of the game. Burns will back it down on Godfrey. The help came in from Clark, and he knocked it away. .30 seconds to go in the half.
About 8 seconds differential.
Hunter. Free ball from Hunter. Timeout NC State. 9.5 seconds to go in the first half.
Tell you what, that was a massive answer for Clemson in the last 50 seconds.
Just went on a 6-0 run with those three-pointers, cutting into the 10-point lead. Gerard gets it started straight away.
Yeah, it just kept backing up. I mean, there's nothing that Burns could do on that play. Huge answer. I mean, Clemson had nothing going their way up to that last two shots.
Those two shots accounting for a 6-0 run in just 57 seconds for the Tigers. And NC State has not hit a field goal in over 3.5 minutes. They led 39-29. Seems like just a moment ago. Largest lead of the first half. And Clemson able to cut into that lead with 9.5 seconds to go in the first half.
I mean, Tom, this could have easily been a 12 or 14-point game going into half. Tom, right now I've got 1.5 guys on DJ Horn. Somebody else has got to make a shot.
So Ron Groover is over at the scorer's table. Clarence Armstrong, Brent Hampton, also part of our officiating crew. They're just confirming a previous three. And it's been upheld, so the score remains 39-35. Just 2 seconds on the clock. Horn stepping back. Launches a three that will not get there. Wiggins might have got a piece of it. So that'll do it for the first half. NC State goes to the locker room with the halftime lead, 39-35. Horn leads the way with 11 points. P.J. Hall had 8 to lead the Tigers. 20 minutes complete, and an exciting 20 minutes at that from Littlejohn Coliseum with halftime straight ahead. This is the Subaru Halftime Report, brought to you by Subaru. Love, it's what makes Subaru, Subaru. NC State and Clemson here at Littlejohn Coliseum. 39-35 is the lead for the Pack on the road. In fact, they're trying to snap a 3-game losing streak on the road in the ACC. Tom and Mike courtside here at Littlejohn Coliseum. And Mike, the Pack built that 10-point lead. The Tigers did well to kind of chisel into that lead right before the break.
Yeah, I can't overstate how important those 2 3-pointers were in that last minute. And some missed free throws, that lead could have been a lot bigger. Good momentum boost for the Tigers.
Here courtside Saturday on the CW, 39-35 is the halftime lead for NC State. And we'll have more on the Subaru Halftime Report after this. Welcome back to the Subaru Halftime Report. 39-35. NC State has the lead on the road. Some sad news in the ACC today. Lefty Driesell, 92 years old, passing away. Mike, you cannot write the history of this conference without including the left-hander, the Hall of Fame legendary head coach from Maryland.
It's sad news, but we have to celebrate his life. I mean, at 92, I mean, I've known Lefty for a long time. He recruited me in high school. I mean, when I was a freshman, Joe Harrington, his assistant, was the first person in my high school. And, you know, I went to their camp, and after my sophomore year, he was just a legendary figure. He invented basically Midnight Madness. 2-time coach of the year, such a flamboyant guy, great stories, great person to be around. Part of the Legends class that I was a part of, just a joy to be around.
Yeah, took Maryland to the NCAA tournament 8 times, and when we go to Washington and we have the ACC tournament, we'll certainly be thinking of Lefty Driesell and all the accomplishments and all the people that he influenced and touched along the way. Charles Lefty Driesell was 92 years old. Welcome back to the Subaru Halftime Report with NC State up on Clemson, 39-35. And the Wolfpack in that first half, Mike, led by DJ Horn. He had 11 points and made 3 3-pointers.
Yeah, it's funny. I thought he was almost hiding there early in the first half, but it doesn't take him to get going. It's on such a terrific run. 3 of 6 shooting, 4 of 9 from the field. He's not going to the free throw line yet, And then for the Tigers, they've kind of sprinkled it around a little bit. Nobody's, scoring from double figures, but P.J. Hall with 8. They've struggled a little bit from the three-point line, and something I think they need to do now, they've only taken 1 free throw in the game so far. They need to attack inside.
We check out the Subaru halftime stats, Mike. 6 of 17 on threes for the Tigers.
And that's with those 2 bombs they hit in the last minute to bring that number up. I think they need to go to P.J. Hall inside in the paint.
Yeah, Gerard and Hunter hitting those late threes for the Clemson Tigers. 39-35, our halftime score. Will come back with the second half. And this has been the Subaru Halftime Report, brought to you by Subaru. Love, it's what makes Subaru, Subaru. You're watching ACC basketball on the CW, brought to you by Ram Trucks, built to serve. Ready for the second half from Littlejohn Coliseum, this facility that opened up back in 1968, refurbished back in 2016. Now the Tigers win 74% of their games in this building. All right, some of the news and notes around the ACC. And you can see what kind of season the Tigers are putting together for the resume for the postseason, Mike.
Yeah, a lot of that has been done on the road. They had a great win early in the year against Alabama on the road, and then that win at North Carolina was huge. Speaking of Carolina, rebounding, and also their defense in general has really been improved this year. And then 8 teams in the top 75 net rankings, 5 in the top 25.
That includes the Clemson Tigers, who are 25th in the net.
One thing here early in the second half, Tom, the only Clemson Tiger with issues foul-wise, P.J. Hall with 2. He needs to avoid that third one here early, at least for the first 5 to 8 minutes or so. They're looking at DJ Burns, who got off to an early start in the first half. See if Clemson or if NC State goes to him, try to force the action a little bit.
Burns had 8 points in the first half. We told you DJ Horn led the way with 11. He's the only player in our game so far in double digits in scoring. This is Burns forcing the issue and scoring.
It was interesting. There was a lot of dribbling by him in that possession. They should have dug in a little bit, given Hall some kind of help.
Double figures for the 19th time this season for Burns.
First basket for Shefflin in the game. Desperately need to get him going.
Gerard comes up with it. On the run. Past 2 defenders. Rolls it up on the rim. Got it to fall. Gerard still down underneath the basket momentarily. Hall is as well.
He and P.J. Hall ran into one another. Yeah, Joe Girard got the basket and took the worst of that by a lot.
I think he was just trying to avoid the falling debris after the play he made, trying to shake it off. Great drive by Girard, shed a couple of defenders, and was able to lay it up and in. He's up to 8 points now. First conventional field goal for Girard on the drive. Now the officials are going to the scorer's table as well. Clarence Armstrong and Ron Groover over at the table. The defender is Morcell. Shefflin, Diarra, Morcell there. There's Hall coming over the top.
I think what happened, not a foul, but I think if you look, Burns came in after the play and it looked like his knee, he kind of ran into Girard just following after the play.
There was contact with Hall as well. So when Hall fell, he contacts the back of the head of Girard.
No, it was Burns.
There's Burns as well. Yeah, it's all happening fast. So nothing comes of it. A lot of contact and just scored the bucket for Gerard.
If you ask Gerard, I think something came of it, but
well, he appears to be okay, which is good news for the Tigers. Horn, quick release. Clark the rebound.
He's the guy you can't really help off of, so I need to stay at home on him.
All the way to the basket again for Gerard. Hall got it. Second chance. Over the shoulder, into the basket, and to the free throw line.
Well, how about Joe Girard turning into a driver in the second half, and this is a much better use of P.J. Hall's time here, getting inside.
It's also the second personal foul on DJ Burns, who strides to the Kevin Keats NC State bench.
Well, and that accomplishes two things. You get him out, but it also, you know, probably less of a chance of picking up fouls guarding Middlebrooks.
Unable to complete the three-point play for P.J. Hall. That was just the second free throw attempted in the game by the Tigers. And they are a very good free throw shooting team, 78% and third in the conference. This is Horn around the edge. Gerard tied him up. They're going to assess the foul to Chase Hunter. That's his second.
That was really the first foul, maybe a hand check on his hip, but you're going to see that. They're going to spy on Horn. You're always going to have it, especially coming off the ball screens.
This the 166th all-time meeting. Miscommunication. Diarra and Horn.
Yeah, Horn kind of checked up on the cut, and Diarra thought he was going to go all the way to the corner.
Just the third turnover of the game for NC State. Shefflin, open, three. He shoots a very high percentage from beyond the arc, Mike.
Well, and he's, like I said, Brad Brownell has really been encouraging him to take that shot.
O'Connell. Shefflin. Gerard. Hunter from the corner. Money.
Kevin Keats wants a timeout.
It's a 9-0 Clemson run with the Tigers up by 3 after the 3 from Hunter. Into double digits with 10 points. Chase Hunter on target for the Tigers. ACC basketball on the CW is brought to you by Fresh Pet. It's not dog food, it's food food. We're in the Palmetto State. The Tigers have taken the lead 44-41. It is their first lead since 12-11 early on in the first half. In fact, Mike, since NC State led 39-29 late in the first half, a 15-2 run for the Tigers across halftime.
Interesting now. I mean, it's a good, interesting matchup with Clark. They got a taller cover on Horn.
That is Horn.
His length, maybe trying to get a guy on him to bother his jump shot.
Remember, the Tigers have won 6 in a row in the series. They won all 3 meetings last year, including the quarterfinals of the tournament. Gerard created contact. He'll go to the free throw line.
And in this half is interesting. Gerard doing more work in the mid-range game and in the paint than I've seen him recently.
O'Connell picked up the foul. Joe Girard, first in the conference, 94%, 76 of 81. Skadoosh. Joe Girard really channeling his inner Dragon Warrior. And for more excitement, see Kung Fu Panda 4, only in theaters March 8th. His career free throw percentage, Mike, is 88%.
Room for improvement.
The graduate student from Glens Falls, New York, and the transfer from Syracuse University. It's now an 11-0 run.
You scored 2,000 points in your college career. You're doing some pretty good work.
Middlebrooks against Hall. Back out to Morcell. Shot clock is at 3. Morcell spins. Diarra hustles into the corner to save it. Horn, free throw line. Shefflin high for the rebound. Working on an 11-0 run for the Tigers. Beadle. Clark over the top with the follow. And a foul was called. Second foul on DJ Horn sends Clark to the free throw line.
And this is a long front court that Clemson has out there. Look, everybody caught watching the ball for NC State right there. No body on Clark. He goes right to the front of the rim.
Clark at the line. 9 of 11 on the season from the stripe. Wore the Pack uniform a season ago. Played in 23 games. And prior to that was at LaSalle for 3 years. P.J. Hall leaves the game for Clemson. He is one of 3 players in double digits.
Well, and the best news, you got the under 16 media timeout coming out. The best thing is didn't pick up that third foul during this stretch, so they were able to reclaim the lead. So we'll see how long Brad Brownell can have him on the bench for.
It is a 14-0 run, and NC State has missed its last 5 shots.
The other good news for Clemson is that DJ Horn has not scored in this half yet.
Burns, the turnaround. The Pack in desperate need of that bucket from Burns, and he obliges now with 12 points.
And I think, given the choice, they'll live with him scoring inside.
Beadle, stop and start. Inside to Godfrey. One power dribble over Burns for 2.
See, if you take your time against Burns, you gather yourself, you can make a play inside. You don't have to worry about him getting the block.
7 points for Godfrey. Shot clock down to 7. Morcell driving. And Morcell will earn some free throws. A 16-2 run over the last 4.5 minutes for the Clemson Tigers on their home floor. ACC basketball on the CW is brought to you by Ram Trucks, built to serve. Back in Tiger Town on the CW, 51-43. It's the largest lead of the game for the Tigers, Mike, who are 6 of 9 from the floor in the second half.
Yeah, it has been a different half offensively for Clemson. Very aggressive, been attacking inside. We talked about that at halftime. Different focus for them. Even Joe Girard has been attacking the rim. Good inside-outside presence. And for NC State, it's been a struggle offensively.
Tigers in the midst of that 16-2 run after trailing by 4 at halftime, 39-35.
And the big thing, too, you can see Clemson really locked in on DJ Horn defensively.
Casey Morcell at the free throw line. Spent 2 years in the Virginia program, second year at NC State. He's played a lot of basketball too, Mike. This is his 142nd career college basketball game. Hunter. Beadle. And he'll stay with the Tigers. Clemson shooting 53% for the game. It's going to be Morcell on the foul for the Pack.
And because of Clemson's aggressiveness, first half, NC State didn't get anywhere near the bonus. That was already their 4th team foul and 14 and a half minutes into this to go in the second half.
Clemson 17-7 on the season, 7-6 in conference play. They are 3-3 against ACC opponents on their home floor.
Amazing how both teams, the same conference record, could be so far apart in where they are, though.
Not all 7-6 records are created equal, although Kevin Keats told us we still have a chance to fight for the double bye.
Yeah.
Top 4 teams in the ACC regular season standings. Tigers got one of those double byes last year.
Pittsburgh very much in the running with a win today.
Burns gave it off. That was Taylor, the cutter. Was able to get the shot away late in the shot clock and a foul against Clemson. It's the 3rd on Shefflin. 3rd foul announced on Ian Shefflin.
That was a good cut, and the defense in the lane just got caught looking that time. Everybody was looking at Burns rather than trying to pick up cutters. He's such a good passer out of the post.
Jaden Taylor is a 77% free throw shooter. Shefflin leaves. Hall comes in. Don't forget women's hoops tomorrow. Georgia Tech, number 6, NC State. Head coach Wes Moore against Nell Fortner and the Yellow Jackets. In Raleigh. Tonight we're in Clemson, South Carolina. Tom Wormy, Mike Cheminsky, and our outstanding CW Courtside Saturday production crew with you. And Brad Brownell. And Kevin Keats. It's the only time they'll meet in the regular season. Clemson now 4 of 5 from the line. NC State is 11 of 16. Hunter driving, had it taken away.
It was a terrific defensive run down by Taylor, but he stepped out of bounds, came up with the ball. This is a great block, but you'll see is right there. Well, he was substantially out of bounds. A great defensive play.
Relatively easy call for our officiating crew. Clemson maintains possession with 13:44 in the game clock in the second half. Girard gathers and hits.
If you're Morcell, why are you going to go flying by that and give him an open look at a 3? Close out under control, get a hand up. You're taller than Girard.
13 points for Joe Girard. At 18, the midweek win against Miami right here at Littlejohn Coliseum for Joe Girard to transfer. Shot clock 5 for NC State. Burns spins on Hall. They collapse down on him. Shot clock violation.
That was actually a triple team. R.J. Godfrey came in late on the baseline. You see coming in right there and getting a hand up, and actually it was Hall that got the hand up in the deflection.
DJ Burns will get a breather for the graduate student from Rock Hill, South Carolina. He's a transfer from Winthrop, second year in the NC State program. He's on the bench right now.
Only 7 field goal attempts in the first 7.5 minutes for NC State.
Girard to Godfrey, going on a rim bender for the Tigers. Over 3 minutes now without a field goal for NC State. Largest lead of the game for Clemson. Girard trying to shut down the baseline on Taylor. What a shot falling away.
Horn still without a point in the half. And you can see the way they're guarding him, that his guy is not even looking at the play. They're just basically face guarding Horn wherever he's going.
Including tonight, 3 of the next 4 games for the Tigers at home. Clark on the move. He stumbled, and there was contact. Gerard, nifty little pass to R.J. Godfrey. Slamming it home. And the Tigers have the lead in the second half on the CW. ACC basketball on the CW is brought to you by Pacific Life, creating financial security for more than 150 years. Back at Littlejohn Coliseum, the 8-point lead on the strength of 62% shooting in the second half for the Clemson Tigers. Let's take a look at what's going on around the ACC, Mike. It's presented by T-Mobile.
Like I said, to me, the surprise late team has been Pitt. They're proving to be a very dangerous squad in the last 8 games of the season. Georgia Tech has been very dangerous at home. There's a lot of games you have to be very careful with going down the stretch.
Yeah, Pitt has now won 5 in a row, and North Carolina, Duke, and Virginia now all have 20 wins for the season. Talking about Georgia Tech, they defeated Duke and North Carolina on their home floor at McCamish Pavilion.
Yeah, those top 3 are pretty set, I think, with a double bye. It's that 4th spot that's up for grabs.
Gerard rocking the 3 ball. McConnell slow to get up. 16 points for Gerard. When he's shooting with confidence, Mike, very difficult to stop. Even when he's not shooting with confidence, still hard to stop. 4 made threes in the game for Joe Girard. Middlebrooks, the cutter. Acrobatic shot. He got bumped in midair. Godfrey was there defensively for the Tigers. And that's his first personal foul. So Middlebrooks at the free throw line for NC State.
You know, it's interesting, Tom, that you talk to coaches and the fan base thinks that you get a guy like Gerard who has played all these games for Syracuse and you immediately plug him in to Clemson and he's going to fit in seamlessly. And that's not the case. Yeah, it takes time to fit into the culture, the system, the terminology is different. It takes guys time.
It appears, though, Mike, at this stage of the season,
yeah,
it's a good fit.
Yeah, no, and it's working well, but it doesn't happen automatically. It doesn't happen in November and December.
373 career-made threes for Joe Girard, 3rd in conference history. I think Coach Brownell was trying to get a timeout to avoid the 5-second call, and it was granted. So a timeout taken by Brad Brownell. Most wins in school history, Mike, 258 for Coach Brownell. Here are the updated standings that we mentioned. Our teams in our game tonight, both at 7-6.
Well, and that's, projecting out if, Clemson with the win would keep close with Wake and Pitt with 8 wins. And that's why that win for the possible outcome, the win for Wake would have been huge today to get close to Virginia, plus the quad 1 win on the road to get them up and into that 4th spot. It's a tough loss for them on the road by 2 points.
And for Kevin Keats at NC State, Mike, this is the road ahead. And there are some challenging games on that schedule.
Yeah, 3 of that. Let's see, they got 3 of 4 on the road after a couple of them at home. BC is not a tough out. Florida State, and then of course that the game at North Carolina is the people at North Carolina State understand that rivalry.
NC State won its first 3 road games in the ACC. They've lost 3 in a row since. 3-3 in conference on the road for the Pack. Beadle, tough one. Bit of a runner. Middlebrooks the rebound. Taylor with an alley, trying to get it to Middlebrooks, out of bounds, and back to Clemson.
He would have been better off putting that one up on the rim. That was a tough pass to connect.
5th turnover of the game for NC State.
Well, and with State's pressure defense, I mean, this game far from finished. They're going to be pressing for the last 10, 11 minutes of the game. And as we've seen with Horn, he hasn't scored yet in the half, but he can explode.
Hunter misses mid-range. O'Connell on the run, waiting for the reinforcements. Gerard recovered defensively. Middlebrooks for 3.
Which is, he was 1 of 12 on the year before that shot, and I'm sure one that Brad Barnell would welcome him shooting at this point in the game.
5 of 14 on threes for NC State. Gerard takes it strong.
Just putting his head down against O'Connell.
18 points for Joe Girard.
I mean, at some point, Horn's just got to try to take over the game.
Trying to drive it against Beadle. Girard's got 12 in the half, Mike.
You see 4 guys out for Clemson, nobody back in the lane area, everything cleared out for that drive. You know, O'Connell's going to play him to try to drive him off the 3-point line, so he took advantage of the open lane.
Girard's 18 points, leading all scorers in our game. Burns has 12, Horn has 11, but as Mike has mentioned, Horn has not scored in the second half. Taylor. Shot clock is at 10. Stepping back. That's for 3 for Taylor. Critical 3 for the Pack.
First one they've made this half after 4 attempts.
J.D. Taylor into double digits with 10. His first 3 of the game at the other end. A foul on the drive. Godfrey. So that is the 3rd personal on DJ Burns, sending R.J. Godfrey to the free throw line.
And, you know, really with Godfrey to 48% from the line, not a bad decision to put him, make him try to prove it at the line. I mean, it's an expensive foul with 3 on Burns. Looked pretty solid. It didn't look like a 48% free throw shooter.
Hunter exits the game for the Tigers. Burns again with the 3rd personal. He's got 12 points. He is the leading scorer right now for NC State. 102 for Godfrey. And the lead is 10. 9.5 minutes to go in regulation as Horn walks it up. Horn fires away and knocks it down.
There was no doubt in his mind that shot was going up. And the thing to Clemson, they've had bigger guards on him the whole game. They haven't had Hunter on him or Girard.
14 points for Horn. Girard fouled in midair. Morcell, and that's his 3rd. Correction, 2nd on Morcell.
But he's going to be shooting 3.
Once again, the officials at the scorer's table.
I think they're going to look to see whether he's going to be shooting 2 or 3 free throws.
Brett Hampton and Clarence Armstrong are looking at it.
Yeah, I mean, it was clearly, I mean, from over here, I was clearly behind the arc. So, you know, just a complete bailout foul could have.
Again, the 2nd on Morcell.
And you laid out the numbers, and that's again, you go by if you want to bother the shot, fine, but you don't put a 90% free throw shooter at the line for 3.
How about this across the nation, Mike? Joe Girard, third in the country.
He's probably upset about being third. I don't know if I were shooting 93.8, I'd be upset about being third.
3 for 3 from the line. Girard, one more to come, maybe two more to come, actually. He has such an intense pregame regimen, Mike, as far as shooting is concerned. He will shoot for an hour prior to the game before anybody else comes on the floor. He goes out with one manager, and that person feeds him at various spots on the floor, and then he goes to the free throw.
Yeah, and the result is you saw the free throws that didn't even hit the net 3 times.
21 points for Girard, the leading scorer in our game. Burns, free throw line. 14 for Burns.
See, again, and this is no disrespect intended at all, but I don't think DJ Burns beat you. DJ Horn beats you.
Pick your DJ.
Yeah.
DJ, play my jam. Who's it going to be? Into the backcourt off of Morcell. And a backcourt violation. Coach Keats going to the bench with O'Connell. Taylor's going to come out. Just 2 points in the game for O'Connell. Actually, Taylor remains in the lineup. Morcell trots to the bench. 6 points for him, 1 of 5 shooting. Big second half for Joe Girard. Handoff. Beadle. Born on the weak side.
And I think, definitely NC State will live with him taking those threes.
Diarra. Another 3 for Diarra and a fist pump after the make.
Well, I mean, now he's especially in this game, he's proven he can make that shot. You've got to at least come out and be aware of him. There's almost an over and back.
He is 3 for 3 on 3-point attempts.
He's 5 of 5 in the last 2 games.
Mo Diarra, Hall powers his way in. 5-point game. Inside of 7.5 minutes to go. O'Connell looking to go backdoor and baseline to Taylor out of bounds. Will stay at this end of the floor. Mo Diarra can't miss from deep. Kevin Keats loving it. Not so much for Brad Brownell in a 5-point game. Let's take a look at our Pacific Life game summary presented by Pacific Life, creating financial security for more than 150 years. Off of the miss from Girard, P.J. Hall, he's one of 4 double-digit scorers. And what a second half for the Tigers. Chase Hunter gives them the 44-41 lead. He's got 10. And Mike, how about Joe Girard? 15 points in the second half.
Yeah, and I think, they have mixed it up a little bit, but overall, more of an emphasis on going inside for Clemson in this second half. Better job attacking the rim.
4 of 6 on 3-pointers for Joe Girard. NC State chipping away, though. They have made their last 4 shot attempts, and it is a 5-point game.
Burns.
Taylor, the cutter, nifty pass from Burns.
Well, he has really made them pay when they've come in the double team. And they've waited till when he puts it on the floor, but he's still made a play.
It is a 3-point game. 7-0 run over the last minute and a half for NC State. Hall backing down in the paint. Basket and foul. P.J. Hall.
And that's what happens when you have shooters out on the floor, and that's maybe what the addition of Girard has added. That NC State choosing to let's play man-on-man with Diarra inside, and on a lot of occasions he's done the job. But man, Give P.J. Hall multiple dribbles inside. He's going to score, and he's had a couple of and ones in there.
Diarra picked up the foul for NC State. Hall to the free throw line. NC State picked up a delay of game warning. That's what Ron Groover was motioning over to the scorer's table. Shefflin off the miss. Gerard wastes no time. Back iron, trying to follow it. O'Connell pops it ahead. And then he gets tied up with Clark. Second on Clark. Emotions are running high on the court right now, Mike.
P.J. Hall, normally a reliable free throw shooter, has missed 2 opportunities for three-point plays.
Five-point lead for the Tigers. Horn. Difficult shot. Clark is over the top for the rebound and outlet Gerard.
That's what Clark's giving, that third rebounder up front.
P.J. Hall, eyes for the rim. He ran into Diarra. And then the attempted save goes over the head of Hunter and out of bounds. How about the defense by the Pack?
I tell you what, and it's been pretty consistent on both ends of the floor, and that was actually a nice job, Diarra, keeping vertical on that, not coming down with his arms.
Sensational defensive play, Diarra. He's done it at both ends of the floor. Remember, Diarra is 3 for 3 on three-point attempts. He had only made 7 all season before tonight. O'Connell shed the defender. That's Burns and Hall struggling for the rebound. And the indication
on Burns.
It is going to be Burns, Mike, and that's his 4th.
Ninth, that's the last of the one-on-ones. A double bonus next for Clemson, and then the next NC State foul. Next Clemson foul of Wolfpack shooting 1-and-1. And that one was a little shaky, but it gives him a little bit of confidence that goes. More importantly, on the front end of the 1-and-1, he makes it so.
First made free throw of the game for Hall, now 13 points. Counterclockwise spin on that one.
Using all of the equipment on both of those free throws.
Hall's on the bench right now after the free throws. 14 points for him. Gerard leads with 21. 14 for Horn and Burns. This is Horn. Hanging and scoring. DJ Horn.
Right, just very fortunate. O'Connell almost makes a great play on the inbounds pass.
16 points for Horn. We are setting up for a fantastic finish in Tiger Town. Godfrey, series of moves. Diarra pulls it down. Diarra, the transfer from Missouri, has had a tremendous game. And now Horn starting to heat up again, Mike. It's a three-point game.
Yeah, and, but better for Clemson to drive him off the three-point line, make him take longer twos. But, just Jimmy Keith, I'm sure, last time out saying take this game over.
Pull up Gerard, does not get the bounce. Diarra, another rebound. 7 boards for Diarra to go along with 10 points.
He's put back-to-back games together for NC State. Terrific game against Wake, the double-double, and then tonight.
Horn halfway down and out. NC State had been 7 of its last 9 prior to the miss. The field goal attempt by Horn. Conversely, you see the struggles for the Tigers. Gerard's pass deflected in the paint.
A really good defense by Taylor.
Chance to tie us up with a three if they so choose. This is Horn, a runner on a pass from DJ Burns, and it's a one-point game.
And Burns, and it was a great back cut by Horn.
Coach Brownell wants a timeout. NC State has made it a one-point game. And DJ Horn, Mike, is up to 20 points in our contest. What a cut and what a find by DJ Burns. The Horn, fine-tuned and hitting his shots. 69-68. CW Courtside Saturday returns next week with another epic doubleheader. First, Virginia Tech heads to the Steel City to take on Pitt. Then in primetime, Florida State looks for the upset against tournament hopeful Clemson on this floor. CW Courtside Saturday returns next week, 5:30 p.m. Eastern, 2:30 p.m. Pacific. It's only on the CW.
Interesting that Ben Middlebrooks is in for DJ Burns, and Burns was... if good things were happening when he was touching the ball, the offense was going through him. He was leading it back with 4 assists.
Both teams have done incredible work on the interior, Mike. Points in the paint, 30 for the Tigers, 28 for NC State. And Clemson will keep that basketball. Over 2 minutes without points right now for Clemson. We've hit the 4-minute threshold.
They had a similar drought toward the end of the first half as well.
Shot clock to 6. Hall against Middlebrooks.
That'll be a double bonus now for the rest of the way for Clemson.
Just a brief conversation post-whistle.
Now, how many times in practice do you think that contact
Former
happened last year? Yeah.
So 3 now on Middlebrooks.
Let's see if things have calmed down for P.J. Hall at the free throw line. The last couple were an adventure.
Did make them both.
Better?
It's a little more like it for P.J. Hall. And here comes DJ Burns. He's playing with 4 personal fouls. He's got 14 points. Second leading scorer behind Horn. Middlebrooks to the bench for Kevin Keats.
Yeah, I think you're going to see that going. It's going to be offense for defense substitution. And things have actually with Burns, they've moved him out of the block, moved him outside a little bit more, and let him handle. Been beating guys with backdoor cuts.
16 points now for Hall. Horn's got 20. Horn's got 23. 71 all, G-Man.
And that is a massive screen. He goes with Burns. You can't go around it. You can't go under it. Best you can hope for is for P.J. Hall to show big.
Knocked around from Hall.
That was 5 on Burns.
It is on Burns.
And Kevin Keats' look is saying it all right now. And you have to know what your status is right there. You can't pick up that 5th foul that way.
So it's a slow walk to the bench for DJ Burns. 14 points, 6 of 9 shooting, 3 rebounds as well. And as Mike mentioned, he had 4 assists to lead the club tonight.
Even if it was a ticky-tack call, you can't even let it be close on the road.
As the confidence at the stripe continues to grow for Hall. He unties us with the free throw. points now for Hall.
Brad Brownell trying to coach the crowd into the game.
A Saturday night in Clemson, South Carolina, and a collision and a bump. Hunter on Horn, and Horn is at the free throw line, ready, willing, and able. I mean, he ran over to that free throw stripe.
Just a 17th foul, so just a single bonus. But Horn, a very, very reliable free throw shooter.
This will be the 23rd free throw combined by the teams in the half.
And he was just on an unbelievable run. And this will be the 5th game that he's got 24 points.
Wait, Mike, he scored 20 or more now 10 times this season. 25 points in the game for Horn. He ties us at 73. Clutch free throws. And 3 minutes to go. 25 points for Horn, leads all scorers. Hall, shifty move, dropped it off to Shefflin. Defense collapsed on him. NC State basketball. What a comeback from down 12 in the second half by the Pack.
Yeah, NC, what a steal by Clark.
Driving. Diarra came back, Mike pinned it.
That was good.
Goaltending violation.
Basket interference. That was a great deflection. A great steal by Clark on the one end, and you can see clearly a goaltending call.
That is the first Clemson field goal in the last 4 minutes and 12 seconds. And it gives the Tigers a 2-point lead over Kevin Keats and the Wolfpack, trying to snap a 3-game losing streak on the road in the ACC. Their last road win, Mike, was at Louisville, January 13th. Their last overall win, February 3rd at home against Georgia Tech. It was win number 200 in Kevin Keats' career.
And quietly, Jack Clark has had a very nice game tonight. 8 points, 7 rebounds for him. That nice steal in deflection in the open floor.
Moments ago, DJ Burns fouled out of the game for NC State. Clark made the steal. Diarra got back defensively, but was whistled for a goaltending violation. And here we are, 75-73. Each team, Mike, has had the lead in this game for approximately 17 and a half minutes. It's been that close between the two schools. So just getting some moisture off of the floor here at Littlejohn Coliseum. Tremendous crowd on a Saturday night to watch these rivals.
Everything has pause on it down here. Even the Mets have pause.
Even the roads. The 166th all-time meeting is going right down to the wire. NC State has lost 5 in a row here in Clemson. Taylor. Shot clock at 8 for Horn. Shefflin defending. Taylor pumps it up. Shefflin, Diarra. Held ball situation. The arrow favors the Tigers on the tie-up.
And on that possession, they got the ball out of Horn's hands twice.
So with exactly 2 minutes to go, the officials are taking a look at it. Brent Hampton and Clarence Armstrong are over at the scorer's table. Diarra in red, Shefflin in white and orange. They're the players on the court. Two 7-6 teams in ACC play know what win number 8 could mean for their fortunes. Moving forward to Washington, D.C. and beyond. Trying to figure out the clock.
Yeah, look, it looked like the shot clock reset, or did...
Well, does the shot by Taylor graze the rim or not, Mike?
Yeah.
That's the key here.
Doesn't look, I mean, it's tough to tell from that angle, but it doesn't look like it. Yeah, it's right. It looks like, from that side, it looks like it's called a jump ball, and I think it's going to be Clemson's ball. Yeah.
So again, there was the subsequent tie-up and the arrow favoring the Tigers.
Yeah, that's it.
Ron Gruber's coming over to talk to G-Man to explain as Brad Brownell gets his explanation. That's why we're courtside, so we can get the info.
Yeah, the shot clock was reset. It was an error and reset, so it was a jump ball, and on the jump ball, it's Clemson's ball.
Okay, so the shot clock should not have been reset. Tigers possession on the held ball. NC State deploying the full court pressure. Hunter. This is literally one-on-one with Taylor. Inside of 2 minutes to go. Shot clock at 10. Hunter's pass deflected to Horn. Potential 2-on-1. Taylor missed the layup.
Wow. It looked like he lost some concentration, was trying to draw the contact instead of looking to finish.
Would have tied us at 75. Taylor's had a nice game with 12 points. He would like that one back. Gerard spins and hits.
He has just scored in so many different ways in this second half.
23 points for Joe Girard, and a timeout. NC State trailing by 4. What a sequence, Mike. A layup miss at one end. Girard, high degree of difficulty at the other for the bucket. And as we take a look at our player of the game, it's brought to you by Progressive Insurance, Mike. Save when you bundle auto, home, or motorcycle insurance. Visit Progressive.com. It's number 11, Joe Girard.
Well, he's been so efficient in this game. 7 of 13 shooting, 4 of 7 from 3. But what's impressed me is he's done mid-range work. He's driven the ball. Gotten to the free throw line. And remember what we said at the outset, what Brad Brownell told his team, you guys are going to have to make plays. And Joe Girard was not just a three-point shooter in this game. He made plays and made big plays down the stretch. Still a lot of time. 4-point play. You got DJ Horn. A lot of time left.
17 points in the second half for Joe Girard. There's your reset. The arrow back to NC State, trailing 77-73. Again, they've lost 5 in a row on the road here in Clemson.
Again, I'm, game planning. I know Diarra's made some threes. I'm putting a guy and a half on Horn, and I'm making somebody else beat me.
Tigers have won 6 in a row in the series, 7 of the last 8. Furious comeback by NC State here in the second half after leading by 4. O'Connell driving and scoring. Big time take by O'Connell. He's favoring his right leg as he comes back up the court.
About 20 seconds difference between shot and game clock.
And that was his first basket of the game. In traffic, Girard lost it.
Diarra made the defensive play and wow.
The foul on Girard, his first. How about Mo Diarra tonight, Mike, for NC State?
Yeah, no, he's been tough defensively.
1 of 2 from the line in the game for Diarra. Only 64% on the season.
1-1.
And now he can tie us. 11 points now for Diarra. He's also got 8 rebounds as well. He has earned his keep tonight. To tie us at 77, Mo Diarra. Couldn't do it. Paul. If that's a tie-up, it is, and that's NC State ball. So Hall came down with it, and they tied him up, Mike.
He took a hot bounce off the rim. And then just Morcell really made that play, digging in on it. They're going to take a look at it.
I think they're trying to figure out the clock once again, Mike. On the held ball situation, the arrow favoring NC State. Officials back to the scorer's table. So right now, the clock says 31.2. It doesn't appear to move.
It didn't. Yeah, it didn't start on the miss.
Each team has 1 timeout remaining. Got to determine how much time should be removed from the clock. It did not start after Diarra missed the second free throw. That could have tied us at 77.
And they've got a clock over there that they can run in real time and determine how much they should have taken off. Incredible turn of events in this game throughout the course of the game.
Clemson is led by as many as 12 here in the second half. NC State had a 10-point lead late in the first half. Clemson hit a couple of late three-pointers to cut into that lead. It was 4 at halftime.
All right, they're taking it down to 25.8, and there's going to be 20 seconds. So 5.8, Clemson's going to have at least 5.8 coming back. NC State will have 20 seconds to work with.
What a finish.
Both teams still sitting with 1 timeout each. And any foul that Clemson gives will still be a 1-and-1 situation. The NC State will not be in the double bonus yet.
We saved the best for last on CW Courtside Saturday to wrap up the ACC schedule. We're going down to the final seconds. NC State and Clemson. Pack on the inbounds. Middlebrooks. Paul's all over him. 1-point game. Shot clock to 10 for Horn.
Kevin Keats didn't like the way that was developing. He burns his last timeout. 10 seconds left.
Tigers still have a timeout left. And the possession arrow favors the Clemson Tigers. It's gone back and forth in the last couple of minutes with a couple of held ball situations. 77-76. Incredible. DJ Horn leads everybody tonight, Mike, with 25 points on 9 of 19 shooting and 5 made threes. And he could be a very good option for NC State late in this one.
Right, and this is, I'm one for really attacking the rim in this situation. Put in the pressure, make the referees make a call. It'd be a real luxury to have DJ Burns out on the floor in this situation.
Burns is fouled out of the game. 14 points for Burns on the sideline for Kevin Keats.
But again, maybe let's see how to what extent that Clemson goes to try to face guard DJ Horn to try to keep the ball out of his hands. This is also, it's pressure on the inbounder. You got to keep your poise, Keep that 5-second count in your head. You don't have that. You don't have a timeout.
How about the scoring from DJ Horn over his last 5? Amazing. I told you his last 4, Mike, he was averaging almost 27 points per game and shooting over 50%.
And the inbounder is Ben Middlebrook. So you got size. He can see over, and they're not gonna guard the inbounder. They got 5 guys out.
NC State hasn't won here in Clemson, South Carolina since March of 2015. They've got 5 on the shot clock for Horn. A runner, and he hits it, and he puts the pack in front. 78-77. Coming up the court is Hunter, trying to beat the clock. He drives. It bounces out. O'Connell has it. Flings it ahead for NC State, and the Wolfpack wins. 78-77. What a finish. For the first time since March of 2015, NC State victorious on the road in Clemson, South Carolina.
What an incredible finish, and who else to step up at the end but DJ Horn making a play.
What a sequence at the end of the game. Joe Girard led the way for the Tigers with 23, but it was Horn.
Right, playing as well as any guard in the country right now.
So this is the NC State possession, and the runner for Horn, 27 points.
And I like the play by Clemson, rushing it in, no timeout. You don't get a chance, and you got offensive rebounding right there.
Hunter driving into Middlebrooks, who just sort of held his ground. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, that's the thing you got to do. Don't try to swat. Don't try to get the block. P.J. Hall may be better served to try to tip that in instead of dunk it. They had offensive rebounding right in the front, but give Wolfpack credit. They had some really close losses here.
Wow. A heart-pounding finish. Amazing. We thank you for watching ACC basketball in the CW with a 1-point win for NC State. Tune in next week, another exciting CW courtside Saturday doubleheader you don't want to miss. CW Women's Hoops tomorrow between Georgia Tech and NC State. For Mike Jaminski and our fantastic crew, I'm Tom Wormy. So long from Clemson, South Carolina.